After back surgery, it's common for the surgeon to advise your recovery to look something like walk every day for a couple of months, then after a couple months, gradually work your way into your normal activities. If you have a problem, call me. Now, as a physical therapist, I have a bit of a problem with that. Thing number one, despite the fact that the person had surgery, life goes on. People still have kids and pets and groceries and laundry. Sometimes they have someone living with them that can help, sometimes they don't. So what I would do, understand we have to respect the procedure and be careful with healing, etc. Totally get that. Start number one with reestablishing a normal diaphragmatic breathing pattern. Pain is very stressful. The thought of surgery is very stressful. Having surgery and the post-op pain associated with that is stressful. Having the uncertainty of what your recovery will look like is stressful. When we are under stress, we tend to breathe in our fight or flight mode. When we breathe that way, we are no longer engaging our core naturally with a diaphragmatic breath. When we inhale with our diaphragm, it pushes that way. That puts tension in pelvic floor, all the muscles circumferentially around your waist to give you just a little reflexive protective tension, like a baby corset. That is lost in almost everybody who's had surgery of any kind, and it doesn't always bounce back on its own. We'd start with that. The second thing we'd start with is just learning how to work smarter instead of harder. These people are still going to get in and out of bed, in and out of chairs, on and off couches, again, try to pick up laundry, put dishes in the dishwasher. They're going to do all these things with zero counseling by a professional when you just say to go walk. Walking is awesome. It's a great thing to advise someone to do, but it's one little piece of something that could be a much bigger strategy. How about teaching the person how to hinge? Because when you have back pain, you learn how to hinge, you learn how to feel the tension of loading body weight onto your glutes and hamstrings instead of onto your back. People who have had a back surgery haven't done a great job of taking care of their backs. These people need education. You have to teach them how to hinge, because that's how they're going to hinge to wash their face, brush their teeth, put in contact lenses, makeup, etc. Those little baby bends at countertops all the time, to the dishwasher, to the washing machine, all those things, you would teach them how to hinge. Obviously, they're going to drop something. How the hell are you expecting them to pick it up if you don't give them the skill of how to squat? They can easily be advised, don't pick up anything heavy, but what if they live alone and they have to? What if there's an Amazon box at their front door? It's not going to stay there. They're going to pick it up. They're going to be careful, but they don't know what the hell that means. So teach them how to squat, teach them how to hinge, teach them how to brace. I can take someone who walks in limpy and gimpy, everything hurts. I tell them, hey, it's time for your appointment, and they come out of the chair looking miserable. And I say, you know what, let's just stay at the chair. Sit back down. Now, you know when you stand up, it hurts, right? Right. What if? And then I start training different bracing strategies with them until we find the one that magically takes away their pain, because there's always one. And so whether I'm teaching them to spread the floor or lock their lats or whatever I'm telling them to do, I immediately take their pain away. How many times are they going to get in and out of a chair over the course of a day that previously, if it hurt, now it doesn't? Then once healing takes place, we're 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks down the line, we can start doing some strengthening in neutral postures, and we can start making these people feel like they're solid and start training some strength. Obviously, if they were so bad they needed surgery, I guarantee they'd become deconditioned prior to surgery. A month or two down the line, they're not any better condition after surgery. Getting people to be physically capable and pain-free and competent is huge. And so telling someone just to be on their own and walk, to me, is a recipe to having the second surgery, because they're going to rebulge and do something because they never had those skills in the first place, more than likely. Now, I know sometimes they just fall, or they were in a car accident, something wasn't their fault, I get it, but lots of time you find somebody who's 50 years old having back surgery because their spine looks like they're 80. Well, why then did their spine, the lumbar spine, age faster than the rest of them? I guarantee you it's either their habits, their lack of mobility in places that are supposed to be mobile, like hips and T-spine, or their lack of lifting skill. They repeatedly round, never learning how to hinge and put the load on the glutes and hamstrings instead of the back. On and on, I could go on for this. This is quite a rant already. If you've had spine surgery, ask your surgeon, why just walk? Isn't there more I can do? There should be. If you're seeing me, there would be. and seeing many of my colleagues. I'm not a unicorn. There's lots of good rehabilitation professionals out there, some PTs, some chiros, and I promise you there are some strength and conditioning coaches that are every bit as good too. They just don't have the license to touch you. So ask more of your doctor so you can have a better rehab post-op. Rant over.